Hey guys, Hot Boxing Talk is back and I've got Hayden and Cyril by my side. Hayden, let me start with you first. Tommy Oosthuizen made a resounding comeback of sorts last weekend, stopping Daniel Brewer in 9 rounds. What does this mean for South African boxing? And more importantly, what does it mean for Tommy Oosthuizen?
It's great for South African boxing. He's one of the best boxers in the country. He's right up there, and for him personally, it's great to have him back. And let's see how he goes from here.
So you say, let's see how he goes. There have been a lot of disappointments with his career and so forth. Can we take Tommy Oosthuizen seriously this time?
Well, I think we could. I think he might have learned from past mistakes. I hope he's learned because he's a very good fighter. If he has learned and he's turned his life around, then only good things can happen.
Well, congratulations, Tommy, from all of us here at Hot Boxing Talk. Let's talk about the loser, Daniel Brewer. Always gutsy, always game, never like in a bad fight. Where does he go from here?
Not too sure where he goes from here as well, taking a hard loss against Alexander Usyk as well. It does take a lot to bring him down, but the fact that he did get stopped by Tommy maybe suggests that he's towards the end of his career.
Bit of a black eye for South African boxing last weekend in Toyota. The whole entire show for SABC got cancelled. The promoter, Paul Karombi, there have been various things being said, this and that. Unfortunately, the show got pulled. What does this mean for South African boxing? Because this has happened not once, twice. It's been happening all the time here. What's going on?
So, absolutely right. I mean, it's happening far too often. Too many fighters training and the fights not happening, or boxers not getting paid. I think something needs to happen. Somebody at BSA needs to have a look at this and see how they can stop this from happening, because it's happening too often.
Well, that's the thing. What do you think should be done, Hayden?
It's simple. They follow the rules and things will work out. I mean, you can't be going bypassing the laws like that.
We're going to go international. David Peralta, ever heard of him? Well, I didn't. He beat Robert Guerrero in one of the biggest upsets of the year for 2016. So where does Robert Guerrero go from this loss?
Well, look, it's a shameful loss for Robert Guerrero. It's a guy that he should have beaten. David Peralta's, in watching that fight, he's nothing special. He's very stiff, very upright. He's just really tall, and I think that's what came to his advantage in this fight.
Is this the end for the Ghost?
I think it could be. I don't see where he could go from here. I mean, he's losing again. He's literally lost against a cab driver.
Okay, well, let's go back to the Tommy Oosthuizen scenario. There's a fight out there that the public will probably going to be asking for. That's Isaac Chilemba, Tommy Oosthuizen 2. The first fight ended in a draw. Who do you think will win that fight and why?
Lovely fight, because the first one was a draw. We really want to see who wins that fight. I believe Tommy wins that fight, to be honest with you.
Is it a fight that the public should see? Or with the public, we should make it happen as boxing fans?
At the moment, that's probably the best fight in South Africa, that division. It should happen. I hope it happens.
Okay, he said Tommy. Are you going to go Tommy, or are you actually going to disagree with him for once?
I think Isaac Chilemba has been fighting better opponents lately, so I would lean towards Isaac.
So let's relish this moment, because the two men have disagreed right here on Hot Boxing Talk. As you can see, I have the South African light heavyweight champion, Ryno the Lion Liebenberg, right here at the Hot Box Gym, talking to us here on Hot Boxing Talk. Ryno, welcome back to the show. It's been a while. I wanted to speak to you about your loss against Eric Skoglund. I felt that it was a very close fight. Could have gone either way here in South Africa. I think we could have nicked it, but we lost the fight. What's your opinion on that fight?
Look, it was a tough, hard fight. I think I took it. Unfortunately, I didn't get the decision. But it's boxing, and it is what it is. I take nothing away from Eric. He's a good fighter, and yeah, go forward from there. Definitely
hostile crowds, because in Monte Carlo, when you fought Alvarez, it was kind of neutral.
Yes.
You went into the lion's den, you are the lion, but what was that experience like going up against 4,000 people who really didn't like you?
I don't really care. Stuff like that don't bother me. I'll fight all 4,000 of them if I have to. So it's just something that doesn't get to me.
So let's talk about your upcoming fight on the 1st of October in Germany, Berlin, against Eric Skoglund for the WBA Intercontinental Light Heavyweight Championship. This is kind of a lifeline for your career now. What's your opinion of Eric, and what's your prediction?
Look, Cooling is a very good fighter. He's got a good pedigree. Went to the Olympics, world champion, amateur boxer, blah blah blah. I don't really care. I'm going into the fight to knock him out. I'm going there and I'm going to prove to everybody that I still have it, and I'm going to knock him out.
His style compared to Skoglund's is completely opposite. How do you think that's going to fare to your style
Well,
of
he's
boxing?
tailor-made for me. He comes forward and is there to be hit. Eric ran like a little baby the whole night and held on and grabbed me. This guy doesn't. Of what I've seen of him.
Excuse me, with a terrible ref. Carry on.
Yes, he doesn't hold. He just comes forward, and I think it's going to be a good fight.
Ryno, let's talk about some of the other light heavies in South Africa and Africa. Isaac Chilembe lost to Kovalev but put up a credible performance. What do you think of his performance against Kovalev?
I think he proved to the world that he's got what it takes to be up there.
Tommy Oosthuizen's comeback against Daniel Brewer, he looked pretty good in his comeback of sorts. There's calls on social media that Tommy Oosthuizen should fight Isaac Chilembe. Do you think that fight should happen? Bearing in
Yes.
mind the first fight was a draw, and you think it should happen. Who do you think would win and why?
I think it's a good fight for both of them because the winner goes on to be in the mix and the loser, well, is basically done.
So who wins in your opinion?
Tommy Oosthuizen by point.
Points. The line is spoken from myself, Colin Nathan and Hayden Jones. We'll see you again next time on Hot Boxing Talk.